Okay, so today we're going to talk about simplifying algebraic expressions. Simplifying algebraic expressions. So put that at the top of your page in your notes and put today's date in the top right corner. And simplifying algebraic expressions, it's important to note when we see the word expression, it's not the word equation. Equation indicates that there would be an equal sign. But here, there's no equal sign. We're going to deal with that in a little bit, but at first we just want to simplify expressions. So what does this look like? All right, so at the top here, we have an algebraic expression. And it's algebraic because it has variables and constants and things like that. So we have 7x plus 5 minus 3y plus 2x. If you notice, we have some like terms here. And I want you to go ahead and write down this algebraic expression and write down the term, the vocabulary term like terms. Can be grouped together because they have the same variable raised to the same power. So write that down. Can be grouped together because they have the same variable raised to the same power. And I color-coded these for a reason. If you notice, with the blue 7x and the blue 2x, you can combine those because they have the same variable, x. That's like having 7 x's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2 x's, 1, 2. Now it's 7x plus 2x. Notice how I put the box around the plus because I want to include that. 7x's plus 2x's, when we put those together, we actually get 9x's. Okay, so that's going to be 9x. And then when things don't combine, you just rewrite them. So that's a plus 5 because that plus is in front, right? So plus 5. And then this is a minus 3y, so it's minus 3y. And there's your expression, 9x plus 5 minus 3y. You only combine the terms that can be combined. Okay. Here, for example 1, we have 7x plus 2x. Again, that's just like this one over here, right? It's like having 7 x's and 2 more x's. And since that's a plus, we can add them, and we end up with 9x. The next one's a little tougher. We have 5m minus 2m plus 8 minus 3m plus 6. Let's identify which ones we can combine. Well, I know that the m's can go together, so I have a 5m, and since it doesn't have anything in front here, like a plus or a minus, we assume it's positive. If it was negative, it would have a negative in front of it. So we have positive 5m minus 2m minus 3m. Okay? And here we have a plus 8 and a plus 6. Notice, I put a box around the m's, right? And I put a circle around the constants. And a constant is just a number without a variable. And also, I included the sign in front of it. For the 2m, I included the minus. For the 8, I included the plus. For the 3m, I included the minus. For the 6, I included the plus. All right, so we have 5m take away 2m, so you're left with 3m, right? And then you take away another 3m, so 3m minus 3m, you have 0. You have no m's left. So we just have positive 8 and positive 6, so that just gives us positive 14. Okay, number 3. We have 7a plus 4a plus 3b plus 5. So let's combine like terms. We have the 7a and the plus 4a. The 3b and the 5 can't go together because one has a b and one is a constant. So 7a's plus 4a's is 11a. And then you just rewrite the rest of the problem. Plus 3b plus 5. What about number 4? We have k and then a plus 4k. And we have a positive 3n and a negative 3n, or a plus 3n and a minus 2n. Same thing. K plus 4k, when there is no coefficient, remember the coefficient is like the number that would go in front. When there's no coefficient, that just means there's one of them. So there's 1k here, and 4k's there. That is 5k's. And then we have a positive 3n and a negative 2n. So if we have 3 n's, we take away 2 of those n's, we're left with just 1 n, or just n. And number 5, we have 3f minus 9g plus 15. None of those can go together. So since none of them can go together, I just put 3f minus 9g plus 15. I just rewrite it. Okay, now simplify. This is very important. So write down this definition. Simplify. Perform all possible operations, including combining like terms. Perform all possible operations, including combining like terms. Okay, once you finish that, I want you to put a box around the word simplify. Put a box around the word simplify. All right, so example 6. Simplify 6 times the quantity y plus 8 minus 5y. When you see these parentheses, that's like the quantity y plus 8. The quantity means whatever's in the parentheses. It could also be 6 times the sum of y and 8, because the sum is addition, 6 times the entire sum of y and 8. All right, so what does this look like? When we have this, so rewrite this entire problem, simplify 6 times the quantity y plus 8 minus 5y. You're going to multiply 6 and y, and then use the same sign, and then multiply 6 and 8. So 6 times y is just 6y, bring down the sign, plus 6 times 8 is 48. It's as simple as that. And then we can't forget over here about this minus 5y, right? So we do that, and we have 6y plus 48 minus 5y. Well, we're not simplified yet. We still have to combine the y's. We have a positive 6y and a minus 5y. You got to make sure you get that minus in front, or else you're not going to know that you have to subtract it. Have 6y's, take away 5y's, you're left with 1y plus 48. Now it says simplify instead of solve because simplify is for expressions. Solve is for equations. But there's no equal sign here, so it's not an equation, it's just an expression. All right, let's try the next one. 3 times 4x is 12x. You just multiply the number times the coefficient. Bring down whatever sign is in there, so that's a minus, or whatever symbol rather, and then 3 times 10 is 30, and then a minus 3x. Now we can combine 12x and minus 3x. Well, 12x take away 3x's is 9x, minus 30, because that's all that's left. Okay, 2 more. Numbers 8 and 9. Here, we have to combine like terms before we solve the equation. So for number 8, solve 9x minus x equals 136. We're going to combine this 9x and this minus x. And remember, that's like a 1x there. So it's 9x, take away 1x, we're left with 8x's. And equals 136. And now we can divide by 8. So x equals 17. And if we wanted to, we could plug that back in, right? 9 times 17 minus 17 equals 136. And then you can solve from there. All right, let's try number 9. Solve 5x minus 11x equals 36. Well, let's combine like terms. We have 5x and minus 11x. 5x and minus 11x is actually, 5x take away 11x's is negative 6x's, because you have more negatives than you do positives, equals 36. And now we can solve. Divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6, x equals negative 6. Okay, now, tomorrow during class you're going to see a lesson quiz, and you can actually look at the questions right now. Here are the first 4, so you can pause it right now and take a look at these. You're going to have to answer these tomorrow. So here are your first 4 questions for your lesson quiz. Here are numbers 5 and 6 from your lesson quiz. So you can go ahead and pause. Okay, great. I will see you tomorrow, and bring the notes to class.